The next system we'll talk about is the on-demand four-wheel drive / all-wheel drive. Just to clarify, if the systems are exactly the same and it looks like and appears to be a truck, Toyota names it on-demand four-wheel drive. If it's a car-like vehicle, then Toyota names it on-demand all-wheel drive. The systems are primarily the same. They'll feature RAV4, the Venza all-wheel drive, the Sienna all-wheel drive, Matrix, and Hybrid Highlander. The secret of this system is the electronic coupler. The EC is connected from the front differential. This is a propeller shaft. This propeller shaft always turns. That's the secret. Subaru Corporation says that Toyota's all-wheel drive has some lag when it goes from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. With the propeller shaft always turning, there is no lag. The sole goal of the propeller shaft and the electronic coupler is to try to keep this vehicle 100% front wheel drive. The biggest benefit of that is improved miles per gallon. So when this wheel and this wheel, this wheel and this wheel are all turning at the same rate, the wheel RPM sensors communicate with the ECU, telling the computer this vehicle is going straight. There would be no reason for power to the rear axle, so this vehicle would convert to front wheel drive for better gas mileage and less wear and tear on the rear components. However, if this wheel started speeding up and this wheel started slowing down, that would indicate to the computer that you're taking a sweeping right-hand turn. If this wheel sped up a little bit more and this wheel slowed down a little bit more, obviously the turn now becomes more severe to the right. So what I'm telling you is this system can actually calculate the angle of the curve. When this starts happening, power comes down the propeller shaft through the EC into the differential and is split with power. On a right-hand turn, this wheel right here would travel further than this wheel, so the power would actually be magnified to this wheel with the mathematics equaling the exact angle of the turn. I call this variable drive because the system will constantly recreate power to the rear wheels to amplify your ability to turn. If this wheel started to spin under power, I really don't need to keep power to this front axle, so immediately power would be sent to the rear differential and the power split would be 55% to the front and 45% to the rear. And this is what I would call all-wheel drive. So what you have is front-wheel drive, variable drive, and all-wheel drive built into one system. When you look at the RAV4, and we'll do an isolate of the RAV4 later on, then the RAV4 has a lock button which would enable it to be four-wheel drive. So what Toyota's invented in the on-demand four-wheel all-wheel drive system is the ability to be able to power all four wheels when necessary and go front drive when not necessary. One extra thing. In the Hybrid Highlander, I'm going to remove the propeller shaft. It's going away. Everything else stays the same because we're controlling things electronically. So the gasoline engine would control power to the front axle, while the hybrid motor would create power to the rear axle. That would be the difference in all the on-demand four-wheel all-wheel drive systems. The next system is full-time all-wheel drive. The full-time all-wheel drive system is the Highlander gasoline model. The front and the center differential are joined in the front axle, which create an all-wheel drive system, so all four wheels have power at all times. There is no way to lock the center differential, so remember, power will always escape through the wheel with the least resistance. So if this wheel started to slip right here, Power would actually move from both of these wheels down through the differential from this wheel, and all power would try to escape from this wheel. So when Toyota invented this drive system, what they wanted to do is make sure that it worked in all situations. So standard on this vehicle, even before Star Safety System, traction control and vehicle stability control. Traction control would house torque in the front axle and the rear axle. By making a light duty system, a lightweight system, Toyota can use a unibody to create a car-like ride. Reducing weight makes it very, very nimble in traffic situations. So this would be our best system to be driven on asphalt at all times. All-wheel drive for peace of mind, lighter weight for better gas mileage. Full-time all-wheel drive, Highlander gas.